Being broke is your biggest blessing. Let us tell you why in the next 5 to 10 minutes, okay? I am in my car with no AC. You would think, oh, that's terrible. It's 108 degrees out. What? How are you doing this?
And it can be terrible.
And it is terrible.
By the way.
But not having enough right now, knowing that my future life, I'm going to have enough because I'm working towards that. Those are my goals. I'm taking the steps to be there. I am going to appreciate that nice car with the AC because I suffered now.
Yeah, as working on a plane as a flight attendant, I see a lot of kids in first class, and I'm like, dang, I'm kind of glad I wasn't that kid in first class. No hate, no shade, no nothing.
Even though we were so jealous growing up. And
I didn't even know what first class was.
Right.
But now, if I sit in first class, I'm like, ooh. Like, this is a privilege.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you grow up with everything handed to you, again, no hate, no shade, nothing like that, but it's like you get very desensitized to it, and it's like you're normal. But in reality, this is a freaking luxury. You know, going out to eat is a luxury. Italy, please. Bruh. We saw this video of this mom and daughter. Again, no,
it's okay. Everyone knows everyone knows the quote, started from the bottom, now we're here. Like, there's this sort of, okay, not that we need to like pride on starting from the bottom, but truly when you start your life, if you are in a position right now where you don't have enough and you're working towards better, if you had a crappy childhood, you went through a lot, can we just tell you, be grateful for this, because you are going to have a new appreciation for the future. And I know it's hard right now. Trust me, we know it's hard. We know what it's like to not have enough. But when you get to have enough, you are going to have this whole, you're going to appreciate it more than the people that do have it. And no hate on the people that do have it, but we want to encourage you who might be struggling right now that hang in there. It's going to be worth it.
Because it's like, once you're at the bottom, there's no more going down. It's like, all you can see is forward. So every accomplishment just feels so good. Every month that you make more and more money, it's like, yeah, it's like you're working towards something. And when you really don't have a lot and you want a lot and you can envision yourself having a lot, it just gives you this drive and this motivation, because it is possible for everybody, as opposed to just getting it handed to you. Like, we were talking the other day, like, with her cleaning business. She's coming to the end of cleaning any houses, and we were like,
I would be the manager,
but we like a little bit of sweat on our eyebrow.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you should see us at the end of cleaning a house. Like, we literally are like drenched in sweat, like smell like we've been face head in a toilet, like face down in the toilet. And I'm like, okay, that's not gonna be our lives forever, but it's character development to the absolute max. Like, I can probably sit there and say, in however many years when I'm financially free, like, I really worked my way up here, and it's a good feeling.
Yeah, no, for real, you guys. I mean, social media in itself glamorizes having money. You know, you scroll on your feed, most people are rich, they're showing you something that you don't have. But can we just kind of glamorize not having? I mean, to work for what you are going to end up having in the future is the most fulfilling feeling, and it's something that a lot of people don't actually get to experience. Like, you know, again, no hate, but people that do get handed money all the way throughout college, like, in that season of my life, I was really jealous. I was so envious that I, my friends were getting handed their rent money, getting handed all their grocery money and all of this other stuff. But now, years later, only a few years later, I can look at it and be like, wait, no, I'm actually so grateful that my parents didn't do that for me, even though in that time it would have been easier. But now I've learned so many new skills. And a few weeks ago, we were staying at a hotel together, and it was a gift, and we were like astonished by how pretty it was. It wasn't even like this bougie hotel. We were just like, it has a kitchen, it has a living room, it has a separate bedroom.
Yeah, we were freaking out.
And we were like, oh my gosh, it's crazy that in the future, when we do have enough, when we are financially free, these little things aren't going to be as special. And it's really cool to be in a place right now where, although we want financial freedom, we're sitting and being like, but it's so exciting, these little things, these little treats, going out to sushi and getting a roll. Like, it's not like we can just swipe our card every single 5 minutes and get something that we want. And you almost lose freedom when you do have all of that freedom. Like, you're being controlled by your desires. And right now I'm establishing not being controlled by my desires and having a budget and taking these skills into the future when I have enough to be able to swipe it whenever I want, but saying no because I have self-control.
Well, and I think that's a big part of it, is if you don't have all the money in the world, realizing that taking yourself out to a simple meal is actually rich compared to a lot of the world.
Yeah.
So once you can normalize, if you can fill up gas in your tank, if you
Right.
can buy socks for your feet, for your shoes,
Right.
get your hair done, like that's rich. So we need to stop normalizing that everybody just has millions of dollars, because they don't.
Right.
And it feels so good when you can work towards getting like your hair done or something, and you look back and you're like, oh, I worked for this. It feels so good and rewarding. Although we do talk a lot about financial freedom and how if you want to be rich, then you totally can be, but it's not like you just get rich overnight. It's a process, and it does take work, whatever that work may be, whether that's mental, actually going to work, or just time and your money, doubling in the bank. It's not, you don't just wake up one day and become rich. So enjoy the process. It's not bad. And realize, yes, we are sitting in a car right now with no AC, because it wouldn't be the smartest move financially to spend $1,000 on an AC.
$3,000 for some reason.
$3,000 on AC.
It doesn't make sense.
But we are still rich because we have a healthy body. We have a car that can get us from A to B.
But seriously, you guys, it helps to actually see people that don't have as much as you, like, especially growing up, like being in areas where there is more like poorness, or even just looking at different countries, looking on social media, looking on TV, the people that don't have enough, and realize that what your poor might be you're watching YouTube right now, let's just call it straight, like you have a device, like even that in some other worlds, like that is incomprehensible. So we want to remind you that as bad as it is, you're still getting provided for. Perhaps sometimes it does help to look at other people's lives and not compare, but to see what's really going on in this world, like if you have that like range in your head, knowing what poor really can be, it might actually make you feel better about yourself and your situation. And we always like to encourage you, like, don't stay poor, work towards getting financially free. There's so many resources out there, but while you aren't there yet, because there is that gap, we want you to be grateful. We want you to know that this temporary suffering is actually good. Suffering produces endurance. Endurance produces character. It's good. It's good.
And you're going to have such a greater appreciation when you actually can afford things, instead of just getting it handed to you since you're a little kid. And again, no hate. But yes, we just want to encourage you guys to look around wherever you are right now. Like, literally look up and just, like, take a moment and be like, oh my gosh, like, there's abundance all around me. Like, I am straight chilling. Like,
just remember, you're so blessed because you're alive. And sometimes when you are struggling, because we've been in situations where we've struggled financially, been without electricity, been without the things, like it's gotten rough. But knowing that you still have yourself, you still have God and your healthy body, if that's what you're blessed with right now, like there's so many things that you can still be grateful with. And can I just remind you that no matter how hard it gets, having that grateful attitude will make it better. It will make it easier. And you're going to look back one day and you're going to have appreciation for this season, but also greater appreciation for where you're going to go, because you went through something that's hard. So every hard time if you're struggling financially, whatever you're struggling with, like, just remember that one day you will look back, or you will be in a place where you're like, wow, I'm just that much more grateful for my life. So we just want to encourage you. See you next week.
Bye.